And there we go again. It's time for game number 2 here. Joint Dota League Division 1 America. Sneaky Nix Assassin against the Brazilians. And let's see, someone just paused the loading because net is having some sort of problem. Either way, I'm not alone anymore. Grandis is done on HeflaTV 1 and he's joining me here. So yeah, no more solo casting.
Yeah, it should be good. I don't know. The series I was watching was a little bit one-sided. But hopefully these games should be a little bit better. I don't know, I only caught the very end of Nix Assassin versus CNB, and it looked like Nix were absolutely face-rolling. This is, for all intents and purposes, the old Liquid plus Ush.
Yep, pretty much, and what the hell is going on now here?
Lots of pauses, we're kind of going into a mountain, I don't know.
Oh, no, we actually wait till we know what's going on with him. I think we are just heading towards a remake here. Yes, this definitely looks like a remake, but that also means the viewers have a chance to look into the lobby, because usually I'm not doing overlays again when there's stuff like this happening, so let's see. For now they pause.
Yep, no confirmed remake yet, so I'll stay into the game until we know what's going on with Ned.
Oh well, come on. Like, I mean, if he's not connecting anyway, we might as well just go for the remake. That is the smartest choice. Like, a second lobby is sometimes faster. But then again, I don't know if it was with you or if I was with someone else, but we had like 3 or 4 lobbies in a row because every time someone just didn't load in for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think that was with me. I think it ended up being the admin, yeah.
It was like once the admin not connecting in, then spectators and players, it was just... Oh, okay. Bullet knows that he is coming. He's on Dota, guys. Chill. Okay, Mr. Revo is telling us to chill. Well, then we chill.
Excellent.
Excellent. How were your games anyway in HeflaTV 1? I didn't have a chance to watch them because I just had my small nap.
Yep, the first series was good. Ended up 1-1. We had those bananas and pajamas making a little bit of upset in game 1, making a lot of bidders very happy, and a lot more of them very sad. And yeah, K5 versus No Pain No Gain kind of ended up in just K5. Their execution was like on another level. They farmed better, they executed their pushes better, and made it a pretty easy 2-0.
Well, at least you had an exciting game. As I said, game number 1, you watched it, or at least parts of it, and it was pretty one-sided. Like, there were so big ultimates. I mean, Jesus Christ, we had a Chrono, we had a Death Ward. On the other side, we had a farmed Morphling who just got a shotgun. We had a Ravage, Overgrowth, and all that stuff. But it just nothing came out. The Overgrowth was cast like 5 times, and each and every time just against the Slark attacking him. That's pretty much it. We saw 1 Ravage or 2 Ravages as such, and 2 Chronos. And then the game was pretty much over. Like, they were holding back, and to be honest, like, it's a huge change in Sneaky Nix Assassin's playstyle. Like, it's a huge change. Like, they used to be aggressive, used to try making good initiations, roaming, even the supports of Sneaky Nix Assassins. I don't know, they pretty much bought smokes on cooldown all the time. But this game, it felt like Alliance is playing, like just holding back, or Chinese Dota 2013, something like that. Like, I mean, it's something you have to learn, I guess, something where you have to have the patience. But they were well aware of the fact that they're farming better, getting more experience, better laning, better heroes, better late game. So they were just holding back, and they were like, okay, sure, why not? Either way, guys, we're gonna go for a remake, and let's see. Yeah, Net is just rejoining. And you see the lobby, it's full of people. Full of people.
Absolutely. Well, into the game we go. Hopefully Ned will load in this time. He should. I think he just had a Dota crash or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened. Who knows? Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Fact is, we are back here. And this time, I'm just hoping that the spectators are loading in.
14 out of 14, we're all good to go.
Yep. That is good, and that means we're in a draft. That also means I have to swap in the overlay. There we go. And yep, so I'm going for a fast intro again for all those people who just join in. My name is Hefla, casting with me is here, Grinders. You are on HeflaTV 2, part of the HeflaTV label, and we are casting here the Joint Dota League Season 3 Division 1 America. Sneaky Nix Assassins, the Americans versus the Brazilians.
Yep.
And now we look in the draft.
Well, the draft really hasn't started just yet. I'd expect this to be pretty vanilla, especially as far as the first bans are concerned. You're probably looking at Sneaky Nix Assassin banning out like the Doom, CNB will ban out the Lycanthrope, and then it's just, I don't know, which ones do they want to let through after that?
Well, Void this time being banned out, no IX Mike Utility Void coming out, Panda and Razor probably being banned. Or maybe even the Rasta again. Like, someone learned in Sneaky Nix Assassins and just didn't accept the Panda coming through.
I don't know, if they do go ahead and ban out the Razor as well as the Brewmaster, we will have a Lycanthrope in the pool for Sneaky Nix Assassins to take. So, I don't know, CNB are in a bit of a sticky situation here. They have to pick what do they want Sneaky Nix Assassins to play. What are they more scared of at this point?
To be honest, like, judging by the other game, they were not scared of anything. Like, really. They just had a very confident farm. And yeah, it's pretty much resembles what we almost had in game 1. Lycan is now coming through because they preferred the Void over it. But yeah, Sneaky Nix Assassins, they get a Radiant Lycan. And we both actually casted together some Radiant Lycans. They were all horrible at the start, but in the end they still made the job a Lycan does. A ton of damage, a ton of split push, a ton of push at all. Like, and of course easy Roshan, even if you capitalize on a good fight before that. I don't know, Lycan through is never a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I used to not be sold on the Radiant Lycan idea, but at the end of the day, you still have a hero that absolutely wrecks those towers with Hal, and even just his Wolves, and then presumably Necronomicon. He can solo those towers very easily. If you're able to win a team fight, you're losing structures, if not multiple structures, and yeah, I don't know, just something that you don't want to have to play up against.
Yep, definitely, and I don't know, let's see. I mean, Sneaky Nix Assassins, if they have a controlled game just like the other one, then why not? They can just, I don't know, lay back, wait till the Lycan comes online, and then either go for the split push approach of the Lycan, or just for the combat Lycan as such, who joins the team. But let's see, I mean, we don't have huge ultimates yet as such, because the Void is out, Primal Split is out, Doom is out, Viper's coming out, and I could imagine the Tidehunter being picked, but no, Shadow Demon. Okay. Does that mean we're gonna see Mirana bans then as a follow-up?
I'd expect as much. I don't know, Shadow Demon is a very interesting pick here. They don't have a lot of great things to set up. With the Soul Catcher as well as a Viper Strike on somebody, that's a lot of extra damage and very good ways to keep people in place. But I don't know, Lycan really doesn't care all that much about being Viper Struck. The slows don't do anything to him when he's in ultimate form. Yeah. And I'm just not really understanding this Shadow Demon pick. It's decent counter push with the Shadow Poison, but very mana intensive and takes a while to set up as well. So it's not that great against Lycan-based pushes. They're just so fast and furious, and I think a Tidehunter would have, I don't know, fit a little bit better, or at least been a little bit more expected. I think Shadow Demon desperately needs something to be setting up. If Sneaky Nix Assassins ban out the Invoker and Mirana, I think this Shadow Demon is going to be a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, like, as I said, I don't understand the Shadow Demon pick. Especially I don't understand the position of picking it. Because you pick it as a second one, which means you don't have any chance to get the Mirana going. Which means Sneaky Nix Assassins, they might go for the Mirana. And even if they don't ban it, that, like, the only chance to get it through is that Sneaky Nix Assassin completely ignore it. But Mirana, directly after coming out.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands, Sneaky Nix Assassins could have benefited from the Mirana as well, but since they didn't have first pick out of the second banning stage, they probably couldn't leave that one, and so, yeah, I don't know, the Shadow Demon just kind of feels a little out of place. Either replace the Viper with an Invoker or Mirana, or leave the Shadow Demon until the second picking stage.
Yep, absolutely, and, well, Bane actually came out, which is a interesting one, I have to say. Like, a Bane without any synergy on top of it. I mean, if they, the problem is they couldn't get a Mirana on top of that Bane either. But to be honest, in the last 3 weeks or so, I've seen here and there sometimes a rogue Bane just coming out and making quite some interesting plays. I mean, if you remember 2013, Bane was actually quite a support that came quite often out, just for heroes like, I don't know, if you remember the Lifestealer, for example, getting all the time enfeebled and stuff like that. That was so, how can I say it? I don't know, so much harass all the time. Like, the Bane build actually consisted of rushing enfeeble, going level 4 enfeeble before anything else. And I don't know, it was a weird Bane build back then. But let's see, Bane is coming out. He has some sort of revival, but we have to look in the second ban stage first. I mean, Mirana, we already talked about it. The Kunkka, okay, didn't see it coming, but it comes out. Now that, yep, the big ultimate is also getting banned. No Ravage here, and also no Earthshaker.
Yeah, I'm liking the Kunkka ban coming out from Sneaky Nick Assassins. Would have been another thing to combo up with that Shadow Demon that could have been effective. One of your traditional Shadow Demon roaming combos with that Kunkka. It could have even been a support Kunkka, and then that run buff would have been amazing for the Viper. And now for the Axe that CNB have picked up. Axe is a good hero up against Lycanthrope in the laning stage, but after that he really falls off. I think CNB need to get very aggressive with this pickup, either need to cut creeps with maybe a Dazzle pick so that they can have sustain in that lane, or just in other ways get kills with this in order to make the pick really worthwhile.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about Axe is it's the first time we have something against the Lycan. Like, this is the first hero. Like, everyone else can't do anything against it. I mean, nothing slows him down. You can only steal some time with a disruption, but he doesn't care about any slowing. No poison attack, Viper Strike, Demonic Purge, nothing of that even, I don't know, tickles the Lycan. He's just running away. With the Axe and a taunt, we actually have finally something against him, but also just for a couple seconds, which means you have to get all the damage in there and then finish with the dunk. That might be your option. If you get the Lycan caught with maybe Necro units and Wolves, you might actually find yourself in a position where you kill yourself still as an Axe before you can spin him to death. Let's see, Sneaky Nick's Assassin, they run up their draft now with Venomancer. Okay. These are the two supports. Romy.
Yeah, pretty much summed up my reaction to it. A little bit interesting, gives them a lot of lane pressure and a decent amount of roaming potential as well. Setting up that Venomous Gale coming out from the Venomancer with the Nightmare from the Bane is decently good at getting off the kills. Possibly not against the Viper, but if they do have a good stun to combo with that in lane, could work out for them. CNB are going to go ahead and pick up the Dazzle. A fairly expected pick. Shadow Demon, Dazzle, and Axe can make up a fairly beastly aggressive tri-lane. Shadow Demon and Dazzle with the disruption into the Heal Bomb from the Dazzle is possibly one of the most damaging level 1 spells that you can get off with the physical damage, in fact. So it's at the lower levels with the low armor that a lot of heroes are starting with. It's very good at bursting. And so, yeah, I don't know. I like the Dazzle pickup, but now Sneaky Nick Assassins pick themselves up with Skywrath Mage. So one of these heroes is going to be a core. I'm thinking this is a core Venomancer with a support Skywrath Mage, but then again, it could be a mid Skywrath as well.
Yeah, mid Skywrath would be quite interesting. Haven't seen that in about 2 weeks. Last time I saw it was played by Balkan Bears, and there it was a full success. But then again, the highest MMR player at the moment, like, this guy is really just amazing. Like, I mean, he plays mostly Jakiro and Skywrath Mage mid, and it's just a pleasure to watch. It's really a pleasure to watch this guy play. So, yeah, you can't really compare him to other players. Like, individually, he's, I think, better. But in a team, of course, here we're gonna see the Skywrath Mage, I guess, used against certain things, like the Axe can be easily burst down with that. The Dazzle can be prevented from casting that Shallow Crave. Also, Shadow Demon, no self-disruption when you're silenced, so I definitely like this one. And I mean, the Dazzle is quite interesting, as in Venomancer there's a lot of 8s coming out, damage over time, and with the Dazzle you can actually heal the targets above the threshold where they would die. So that's at least something interesting. But then again, I'm just looking at the Dazzle pick and I'm trying to think about certain scenarios. The only good thing about it is now we have the Shadow Demon against the Scarab Mage, so we have defensive disruptions on the Mystic Flare targets, Shallow Grave for everything else. But still, I just don't see the Lycan being shut down. Like, it's just not possible at the moment. We have 3 slows and 1 taunt, and only that taunt affects the Lycan when the shapeshift is up. So if that Lycan is getting through, if that Lycan is getting any fed, any item on him, or XP advantage whatsoever, no one can stop them at the moment on CNB side.
I speak for the trees.
CNB round out their lineup with a Nature's Prophet. Not sure exactly how I feel about this pickup, but we'll give them a little bit of split push to counteract Lycanthrope if he is just straight up 5-manning with the rest of his team. But the last pickup for Sneaky Assassins is that Centaur Warrener with the Bane Nightmare into the Blink Hoofstomp combo with Scarlet Mage Silence on top. Is just too much damage for any of these heroes on CNB to stand up against it, even Viper with his increased magic resist.
Yep, absolutely. Now that there's a Nature's Prophet as well, we might say, oh cool, there's a Sprout against the Lycan, but the Lycan is probably going to start off now that he sees the Nature's Prophet with the Quelling Blade, and he's going to instantly eat through it. So after all this, we only have one single spell that could somehow lock a Lycan down when the Shapeshift is there. Everything else does not affect him, and I don't know what CNB did here, but a counter pick against Lycan just looks different to me. So yeah, you already talked about a Centaur Warrener. That's a nice setup. There's actually 3 times nice magical damage coming out, actually 4 times if you consider the IX Mike's double edge here. So this is quite some burst damage. If I just imagine the combo that you just said, Hoofstomp, Mystic Flare, double edge, that equals, if you have him full in place, that's 600 damage plus 400 damage, that's level 4 double edge and level 1 ultimate Mystic Flare. Of course all minus magic resist, but still, it's like 1000 damage combo without the Hoofstomp damage, without the amplifier of Seal and all that stuff. So with the amplifier, that's even plus 45. That means we have even 1000 something damage. It's just nuts. And this is even without Bane doing a brain zap or any collateral damage, right clicks, Venomancer doing whatsoever. This is like, if they go roam here, I think they're gonna find easy kills, especially on if the Furion is getting caught out, or the Shadow Demon, or the Dazzle. Like, those 3 are the ones who fall really fast against this draft.
Yeah, and they definitely have the tools in order to catch them out. Yeah, I expect should be able to get a decently timed, excuse me, Blink Dagger, especially if this is an aggressive tri-lane coming out from CNB where he's left in a solo situation versus a Nature's Prophet. But yeah, usually the biggest issue with Centaur is that he's not able to get the Blink Dagger as fast as some other heroes that can go into the jungle in order to pick it up. But I think this game he should be able to get it at least a decent time.
Yep, I really hope it. And it is actually a Ush Veno. So yes, we have a farming Veno, then the offline Centaur. That's not surprising at all. TC is gonna play the Lycan, so we're gonna see Lycan mid. Okay, and that's quite interesting because there is a Viper, and to be honest, against the Viper, it's kind of hard to get the Lycan through, at least through the first levels. I mean, that is something at least that gives me a bit hope.
I think it's going to be way too sexy going mid. Oh no, yeah, that's right. You already touched on it. It is Ush playing on the Veno. Yeah. So yeah, it is going to be a mid Lycan. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they swap. Maybe they still swap, but I would expect, of course, TC to go into the mid. But let's see how it goes. I mean, for now they go all in one direction. We're gonna introduce the players really fast. We have IX Mike here on the Centaur Warrener. Then of course TC, we talked a lot about him already on the Lycan, getting that level 1 Howl up. Way too sexy is on the not so sexy Scarab Mage. And then Fluff and Stuff from Earthshaker to Bane this game. And Ush from Slark to Venomancer, but just as much aids.
Yeah, and on the side of the Dire, we are going to have CNB Esports with Wesley taking up the axe. The rest of this team is lagging behind a little bit with the Dazzle played by Baga, Ned on the Shadow Shaman, 4DR on the Nature's Prophet, which will leave the Viper played by Klotz22, and we might have a little bit of the level 1 skirmish coming out.
Yep, looking like it, and there actually CNB might have a small advantage. Oh, that might be something. If the disruption is coming through, the disruption, it will be there. And now we have the axe. There is a taunt. Now it's all about them, the right clicks. And look at it. Spin So obviously not there, just the right clicks, but it's not enough. Now it is enough, but they get the turnaround kill on the Shadow Demon, and oh my god, bad news for the Axe. There's the Hoof Stomp, still heals coming out, but there is enough harass still. Arcane Bolts will definitely kill him, or it doesn't even need to be. So in the end, it's a bad trade. Securing a first blood, but giving 2 away for it, not worth it.
Yeah, especially when you have Bane getting, or excuse me, Shadow Demon getting the first blood. Maybe if the Axe got it, it would have been a better trade. But even so, 2 kills for 1. Nyx are going to be very happy with that exchange for themselves. Just getting more experience, even though the gold is going to be fairly even.
Yep, the goal is okay-ish, as in, like, because of the first blood you don't lose too much, but still an experience, it's just much better. And, well, let's see. Illusion Rune was found here by the Dazzle, but immediately destroyed by Fluff and Stuff and Way Too Sexy, feeding it away instead of getting vision with it or blocking chems. I think you could have made a better use out of those illusions, but it is 4DR in the mid, so they're actually not gonna send the Viper there. It is an Aegis Prophet versus Lycan. What is this magic? Oh, but bottom.
Yeah, they're going to get the call off onto the Bane with the heal coming out from the Dazzle as well. Bane's still alive as they're starting to lose Ned. He's being focused down the Brain Sap from long range, and just one more nuke is all they need. The Venomancer might get the kill. No, Scarred Mage gets it with one more Arcane Bolt. Bane falling low, but it looks like he'll be able to back off in a killing spree for Way Too Sexy at only about 1 minute in.
Yeah, Way Too Sexy is way too fat already on that Skyriff Mage. Like, he got boots and is halfway to the arcane boots already, so he couldn't ask for a better start. And this early arcane boots is the best you can ask for. Oh, but they go for Bane here. Where's the town? There's a new creep wave. Yes, that's easy peasy. With the heal of the wave, of course, coming in, and now that he's level 2 with the spins to win, then yep, looking interesting. So finally, CNB making a move here.
Yeah, I don't know, we've seen that 3 times, that Dazzle heal bomb coming out from Baga, and it's just so strong at those early levels, but for now, still a kill lead for Nyx. That might change, however, as the Bane is caught in a little bit of an awkward situation. The disruption's going up, as well as the Soul Catcher. They taunt him in. Where's the heal from Dazzle? There it is, and Fluff and Stuff looks like he's going to give up a kill. Ned might also die in return. Way Too Sexy does not have his spells being thrown out just yet. Not going to reliably be able to get off that concussive shot. And now he just trades hits with Baga. Baga going to take the worst end of that trade, and, well, in the end, that's going to be the damage of it.
Yeah, he wanted to bait him in there. Like, if he would come and there would be a disruption, Way Too Sexy is actually in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know, Way Too is just continuously spamming out his arcane bolts to get that harass damage. But Scarth Mage with the boots already, 375 movement speed, he's very hard to catch. You need the disruption, or really the disruption, in order to get the call off from the axe.
Yep, absolutely. And let's see how it's going in the mid, because this is a very curious line. Lycan versus a mid-nature.
Oh, disruption bottom. Way Too Sexy is going to lose his killing spree. It seems Heal Bomb secures the kill, and Dazzle gets himself a cool 343 gold. Okay, back to mid.
Yeah,
while
like
the action calms down.
they're striking. No, actually not back to mid. At the moment we have the Viper here following IX Mike. He can't really do anything about it, but the problem is Viper so slow, and oh, does he get... He actually gets it off. Is there maybe a rotation from mid? Maybe Nature's Prophet doing something? Oh, he doesn't get the last poison attack off. And Nature's Prophet... Why are you not getting this kill? Like, this is something I don't understand. You have a Nature's Prophet mid. He could have secured the easy kill on IX Mike there. I mean, just TP in front of him. You have level 1 Sprout. But he just did not react at all. Now we have the Wolves. You see that in the mid. I wanted to compare the mid anyway. I mean, 4DR has 13 and 4 here. There's some harass, of course, coming out on TC, but also TC is 13 and 4. He is having pretty much, I wouldn't say free farm, but not too disturbed that farm. But oh, there's now a slow here on 4DR, but no follow-up whatsoever. The downside, of course, of a Nature's Prophet in the mid is that if you compare it to a Lycan, then the Lycan is getting more and more dangerous the longer this game goes, and the better he's gonna farm. The problem about the upside, of course, of a Nature's Prophet is that fast and early pushes. He wanted, and this is what disturbs me so much about this right now. He's going for a teleportation build, 3 points into it, but then again he doesn't use this teleportation. Oh, but bottom disruption.
Yeah, and the heal bomb just explodes Ush. Yeah, nothing doing there. 2 points up in the heal, definitely warranted with the amount of things that they can catch up. But the Viper's going to lose his life up in top with the rotation coming out from Fluff and stuff.
Oh, this was
Yeah.
Nightmare. This was Nightmare Hoof Stomp combination. That wasn't even... Was that double edge as well? I'm not even quite sure, but... Back to that topic, teleportation. Like, going for a teleportation build, but not teleporting. That is kinda, you know, it's contradicting for me. It's something I don't understand. Because that would have been an easy kill on IX Mike. But this way, let's see how long he's gonna stay in the mid before he's showing some sort of presence in this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Klotz is going to go for the phase boots on the Viper. I like this given his laning situation, but with the supports here, he really can't go aggressively. But with the guaranteed slow coming out from the corrosive skin, he might be able to play aggressively up, but I mean, the Bane as well as the Scar the Mage are here. They're going to start with the concussive shot. Bane might need to Nightmare him up so they can get in range, but they will be able to drop the Hoof Stomp as well as the slow, and that nuke damage is too much for Viper to deal with. And, well, in the end, Scar the Mage gets the kill.
I mean, that kill on Viper was relatively boring there. Like, in the mid we had some nice plays here coming out by TC. That's why I had the camera on it, because the Wolves were almost killing Baga there. Like, they got the shapeshift out of the Lycan there, and the Lycan just turning around and then going for Baga, and he just got 2 hits, had to go for the Grave already, and then, yeah, nice defensive sprout actually coming by out by 40R. Otherwise those Wolves might have gotten the last hit there. Bottom we see now the Axe going aggressive, and sure he can. He went actually for Arcane build, no Tranquil Boost on Axe for a change, so that also goes against the current meta pretty much, and that of course gives the creeps a lot of time to actually go here for the tower and do some damage. Now he's rotating in the jungle, getting some farm there as well, and in the meantime the creeps are just doing the job on the tower.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually with the Arcane build, you see Axes put more points into Battle Hunger early on, but this will at least secure his mana when he needs to dunk somebody or to make sure that he has consistent calls throughout the team fights. I think it's okay, although I think Tranquil Boots would help him a lot more if he's going to consistently go for these creep skipping. They get the Disruption, Soul Catcher onto Fluff and stuff. He's going to Nightmare the Axe, however, and there's not going to be a clone with the Centaur ultimate. Bane is out very easily. What
I also don't understand is, to be honest, I mean, he was creep skipping and they were busy like fighting in the mid and fighting top here, getting that Viper kill. And if you look at the tower HP, 176 HP, but he went into the jungle and farmed there. So if you just imagine the X coming in and right click the tower, getting 176 damage together is not much. Like, let's say 6 right clicks or so through, but oh, Viper kiting here at the moment. IX Mike, he's super slowed. And now with that last poison touch, yeah, that should be it. He wanted to get that double edge through, but it didn't work. 40R TPing in, but oh, what is that? He is slowed. There will be Nightmare. No Nightmares coming out. But at least they get the bottom tower now. The last one. Oh no, he's gonna miss that one. Yeah, Siege. No, Siege Engine, perfect. Okay, 7 HP was left.
Yeah, so in the end, they will get that tier 1 tower, but at the cost of some damage on their tier 1 tower in mid. And for now, the Viper can pull the creep aggro off, but slowly but surely they're going to chip away this mid tier 1. Top is also taking a little bit of pressure after the TP in from 4DR, but I don't know, this max teleport build from Nature's Prophet just really isn't doing it for me.
No, it's not. Like, it's very disappointing. Oh, but Axe being slowed. There is no Mystical Flare yet, but IX Mike, he needs to catch up, and oh, TC. There it is. A town buying some time. The double edge getting through there. That's of course bad news. And now Arcane Bolts just following him. Maybe. No, not maybe. TC is getting the hit there. I was hoping maybe for awesome neutral deny or something like that.
Ned had actually pulled the small camp up towards the north there, so not even creeps close for the next.
Oh, but top, there will be. I actually thought this is enough for a kill, but no, it's not. Is there a Sprout on IX Mike? Yes, there will be, and this is at least a return kill after they got the Dazzle, and Fluff just barely making out of it. Like 40R, really close to a double kill here, to be honest.
He can TP for that. Nope, he used his ultimate. Where's the TP? I don't think he'll go for it.
Use your teleportation build.
Yeah, I mean, it was coming off of cooldown there with the 20-second cooldown at max level. I mean, you might as well. Very risky move to go for, but
but they might find TC here. They have the uphill vision on him. They know he's going to that other camp. Axe is around, but maybe they want to go for Ush here instead. Ush not having the Poison Nova picked up. That is a very awkward build, to be honest, and there it is. The combo is coming out, but there was also a nice scale, but they don't even need that. Dunk by the Axe. Easy.
Yeah, heal bomb dunk is, I don't know, just all they needed for that Venomancer. A lot of Venomancers do skip their ultimate at level 6. I don't like the build, but I can understand it the way that he's currently playing, just split pushing with these little wards that he has available. But yeah, I think getting the point at 6 is just too much damage to pass up.
Yeah, actually it's not that much damage, but it is of course worth it all. But top, there's a Nightmare, rotations are coming in, there will be a go on the Viper, and yeah, this is definitely a kill. An easy one even in the Nature's Prophet, he just was like, okay, I'm out of here.
Yep. Well, Nature's Prophet going to go for the old school build of phase into the Midas. Yeah, I'm not sure if I really like this game, but he is starting to pick up his levels into Nature's Call, so I'll have those 4 treants before too long. Yeah. I think yeah.
Oh, but top, the disruption, Soul Catcher on top of it, there is already the Axe, Dagger, and easy dunk.
Yeah, same combo we've seen for the last couple of kills that have come out for these 3 heroes. Just the disruption with the Soul Catcher on top and the heal bomb, and then the Axe Dunk to finish off the kill. It's very effective. I don't know, Venomancer has some support behind him. They might decide to go on the Viper, but yeah, he's playing way too far back for them to be able to do so.
Yep. There's 2 problems I actually have. So far, the only reason why CNB is doing so well here 11 minutes into the game is that tri-line. Like the Shadow Demon heal wave combo of the Dazzle plus the X, of course, spins coming in, now the dunks as well, Blink Dagger as well. This is what makes their game so strong. But oh, Stampede being used, they wanna get the Nature's Prophet, but he's already running. He has face boats, using them right now, running for your life. IX Mike has no Blink Dagger, so Fluff and Stuff doesn't have it either. And oh, that was really close one actually.
Yeah, Bane, his animation would have been long enough, he would have gotten out even if he'd casted the spell. But in the end, that 150 gold that Centaur was missing for his Blink Dagger cost him that kill.
Yep.
Unfortunate. As Lycan gets killed, down in bottom as he tries to take this tier 1 tower. Putting that TP to good use, I guess.
No, actually he didn't do anything. He really didn't do anything. That was all the
Okay.
X. Like the X got there, taunted him, then with wolves and tower Akron whatnot, it got him low. Not even a dunk was required, just spinned down easily. So Lycan, that's of course the downside. He doesn't have too much. I mean, strength PTs and the floods, that's all he got. And maybe now we see some push coming out here in the mid by CNB.
Yeah, I don't know, the Viper and the Shadow Demon, excuse me, aren't the strongest pushers. Maybe they'll be able to do so, but against the Iron Wall of Ush, I don't think they'll be able to make this creep wave go very much far, or very far at all, rather. Yeah. Well, for now, the Axe and the Dazzle just waiting for the Lycan to show his face down in the bottom lane. But TC is going to go to his own jungle instead, and it looks like eventually they will move towards the tier 1 tower there. They are pushing up against a Viper with Magnetism, and in the meantime, IX Mike and Bane are just putting some pressure on this tier 1 tower. So, I don't know, a little bit of split push, but the tier 2 tower down in bottom is going to be taken by 4DR. They just left him kind of alone, Lycan too scared to show his face, and in the end they're going to secure that one for themselves. Possibly a deny coming out, but, oh, let's see.
The wolves probably trying.
Nope.
Nah. You gotta practice this one, TC.
Yeah, I think his wolves were a little bit too far away to get that. I don't know, he might have been able to. Just a very short window with the base damage that they have available. Well, top lane looks like it's going to be the next spot that we might have a skirmish. With the Blink Dagger on the Centaur Warner as well as the Axe, that could be something. I don't know, Wesley is currently in the enemy jungle farming up a small camp, however.
Yep, he's quite a... yeah. Happy Axe, let's say it like this. I mean, he got his Blink done, Arcane Boots, even though the Arcane's not doing the greatest job for him, but it's sustained at least for the team. And he has like overall, and of course always full mana, but he didn't go for the Battle Hunger build, and therefore, I don't know if I really support it, but for now it does the job. We have to look the first time into the graphs and see where we actually stand with this. 2 kills ahead, 14 minutes here, CNB looking much better, and the game also much more interesting than the first one. CNB actually has a 2k experience lead. That's not much to be honest, but it's something to start with. And when it comes to gold obviously, they have almost 7.5k here. advantage, and that is of course to be explained by 3 towers down, 2 kills ahead. So yeah, that's CNB definitely having a better start.
Yeah, for sure, and well, I think they're going to be fairly okay, but in mid lane we have a grip onto Klotz with the Scarlet Mage ulti, Stomp, double edge, that's an easy call on the Viper. They get the Soul Catcher on the center, but he'll be able to war stomp away. They get the Gale, a little bit of, or there goes the defensive disruption rather, onto Ned. Nightmare over the way of the Axe while they focus down Ned with the Brain Sap as well as the Arcane Bolts, just too much damage going this way, so now the kill score going to be even up 10 to 10.
Yep, this was pretty unlucky. The Axe wanted to come in there and was ready to jump, but the Gale that was actually on the Shadow Demon hit him as well. So Dagger interrupted, but now
Dagger in the mid onto Nyx as well as onto Ush. Let's see, looking for the dunk, not going to be able to find it. TPN from 4DR, Sprout, no way to cancel that. Oh, the tick damage will be enough from that Battle Hunger level 1, and Wesley gets himself a killing spree.
Yep, at least they get the revenge here. It's not much of a value kill. I mean, it's just a little Venomancer dying there, but sure, like after what went really wrong in the mid, you're happy about this one. And now we might actually see a push here in mid, but of course, Blinkdagger on the center, and that's really dangerous for, like, Vaga, for example.
Oh, but they're going to blink on him first. Wesley comes in, gets a call off in the heal bomb with those creeps around him. They'll be able to get this kill fairly easily. So with the Centaur neutralized, the tier 1 tower should fall in suit.
Yep, absolutely. I like what Way2 is doing here. Like, he was waiting with the seal, silencing the Axe, and what is also interesting, like, talking about different builds, like we already talked about the Venomancer, and someone in the chat also said, like, yeah, it's normal that, like, you skip the ultimate. Yes, there is, like, a 82 ratio, like, 20% of the Venomancer players, they take the ultimate, and the rest doesn't take it, and for the Scarab Mage, for example, it's probably about the same ratio. Like, he's not going for the Ancient Seal. He has 1 point in it, just for the silence purposes, pretty much. But he went for the full Arcane Bolt build, and that's quite interesting. I guess he decided to go for that certain build right after they had this nice start in the bottom lane, where he started with a killing spree right away. 3 kills in a row within like 2 minutes. And he was like, hey guys, I'm gonna get so much int at the moment, I'm just gonna harass them out easily with Arcane Bolt. But in the meantime, to be honest, didn't really work out like this. I think he might have been happier with a longer seal and a better seal. Oh, let's see. The Wolves here trying to do something, but no. No deny, no H's, no Roshan snatched, nothing like that happening. Nice taunt there by the Axe.
Yep. He knew what the Lycanthrope was going to do, so even without detection around the pit, I don't think they popped dust or anything along those lines. Able to secure themselves the last hit as well as the Aegis. So no Calamity Denies coming out just yet. I'm okay with this build coming out from Way2 Sexy. Eventually he will get those points up into it. He's leveling very well, 4, 1, and 3 on the support Skywrath Mage. Yeah, I think it's fine. The longer silence isn't necessarily that important up against CNB. It's great against a Dazzle to stop a Grave, or against a Shadow Demon to stop the defensive disruptions from coming out. I think both builds are okay. Getting the extra magic amp damage is probably more useful when you have the Centaur.
That's my problem with it. Like, I mean,
Nightmare onto the Shadow Demon in mid. As well as the grip the way of Klotz. With the Scarlet Mage ulti on top of him, he's going to fall. There's your defensive disruption that you were talking about in the draft to keep him alive, but the Shadow Demon's not going to be so lucky. And now the Viper munched down by the Wolf, but not until the Scarlet Mage dies. Viper turning around with the Grave on top of him. They might be able to make something else happen. Dunk onto the Bane. They'll be able to get that kill and keep their Viper alive within inches of his life. The Wolf gets the last hit, gets the Aegis, dunks the Wolf. That was a spite dunk if ever I did see one coming out from the Axe.
Yeah, I don't understand what Klotz did here. He stood around just like that, just for shit and giggles. IX Mike top just TPs out, but Klotz giving away the freshly, like the newly acquired Aegis, just because, I mean, he had Shallow Crave, but then of course Dazzle was focusing on the other fight, so he had the chance to go back under the tower and get something back, but nope, he just stood there, let the Wolves attack him, get him below, like, 10 HP even, and of course, yeah, Wolf just getting the Aegis down. So, in the end, to be honest, even though they rotated in and got the return kills, I still felt this trade was better for Nyx Assassins. Because what they lost there was not high value, and what they gained is quite okay. I mean, a Viper kill, an Aegis down, that is definitely something you want to have before the next fight starts.
Yeah, well, smoke coming up by Sneaky Nyx Assassins, looking for a pickoff, but Viper's hiding in the tree line. He might be showing himself a little bit too much. The Courier also looking like a juicy prize, but they won't go for that for now. Here comes the Axe. He's going to be Nightmared up by the Bane. Nightmare toggled away way too sexy, but Donk comes out. Mega kill for Wesley. TP attempt coming out from the Bane. Will they be able to cancel it? Do they have the call? They don't. Coming out for cooldown just in the nick of time. He will be able to get out of there alive.
Yep, and there's actually a few saying like, why would you max out Seal? Except Venno and Sky, they have literally no magical damage. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's a mistake that many people do, especially when it comes to Center Warrunner. He looks so melee and physical and whatnot, but unfortunately, Double Edge is magical damage. It's magical damage on yourself and on the enemy, which means you actually get the 45% multiplier, which means 400 and then plus 45%, and on top of that, of course, minus the magical resist, which is coming out. But yes, it is a huge burst. So we have Brain Sap, that is like a lot damage. I mean, this is what is Brain Sap? It's a 300 damage plus 45 amplified. We have Venomancer with a lot of magical damage. Then Skywrath Mage himself, Mystical Flare, as well as Concussive Shot and Arcane Bowl. And on top of that, we have, of course, the the Double Edge. So we talk actually about all 4 heroes having huge magical burst, and that's why I considered the Seal being a better value pick here, and it's the majority of the picks, like 80% or even more, 90% of the players go for a max Seal build. So I'm sorry to disagree with you, but sure, I like to discuss with viewers in the chat. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. Bane's damage is pure damage coming out from the Brain Sap, so not going to be amplified. At the risk of sounding like a smartass, I'll go ahead and mention that. But in the end, Tier 2 tower is going to fall to CNB. Dazzle picked himself up a Rod of Atos. What do you think this is about? I'm not really feeling that it's going to be that effective. They don't have a Lincoln Sphere to pop, and it's not very good at picking off the Lycan. And once the Centaur jumps in, I don't think they'll be chasing him down with that slow either with the Centaur ultimate. But it gives good stats to Dazzle at the very least, and it might be situationally good once the Centaur and Lycan are dead.
Yep, absolutely. By the way, like about the Bane, you're right. Like I made that last time wrong already. Like Bane, it is pure damage on the Brain Sap, but it used to be. I'm 100% certain it used to be magical. I don't know, when did that ever get changed, like 1,000 patches ago?
That was probably 1,000 patches ago. As they go up in top lane, they slow him down with the follow-up, and look at the magic nuke damage with the pure damage of the Brain Sap as well. Skywrath Mage gets the last hit. They get a Disruption Soul Catcher onto the Bane, but he just grips up Ned. No mercy for this Shadow Demon. Now he's going to be focused down. TP cancelled. No way that they're going to save his life. Way too sexy, gets himself a double.
Yeah, he really wanted it, but he needed another Shadow Poison stack there. That's too bad. I didn't get anything together, but yep, mech used, and I just capitalized on it. Tier 1 tower is going to fall, as well as those 2 kills, so a nice gank coming out from them. Not really any response by CNB. They didn't manage to do some split push at the same time. Like just those 3 heroes that are left, they managed to get some farm. At least the Axe is farming, as he would be some hardcore carry, but unfortunately, for now, it's just a pipe coming in for him, and that's the downside of Axe. I mean, give this game another 15 minutes, and this X is not gonna have too much influence anymore. Sure, dunks and whatnot are coming out, but he's not going for Arcanum Scepter where the dunk is getting boost. He's not going for Blade Mail, for example, to give some return damage into the Lycan or anything like that. He's really just going for the defensive build. I'm not a huge fan of it right now, because I just see problems where the damage is coming from. We have a pretty squishy Nature's Prophet, like, who's just having 1k HP, and an Orchid and a Maelstrom. That's pretty much it. It's okay, but if it's not something a Lycan fears, for example. And then we have a Viper, and the Viper is the mech carrier, far away from Arcanum Scepter, till he develops some right click, not considering the Nether Toxin, of course, on low targets, but just a pure right click. It also takes ages. I'm afraid that CNB is gonna like damage sooner or later.
Yeah, I don't know. For now, they have a decent lead. The Axe is falling very low as he's trying to clean up these Ancients, but just not getting the spins he needs to clear those up. But yeah, for now, CNB, they're going to win most of these team fights, but I don't know. With the heroes that they have, even though they have like a 10k gold lead at this point, it's starting to be pared down by Nyx Assassins, and I feel that's going to be the case. They're looking for the initiation up and top, but no, they're just going to TP away. Bane and Centaur getting out of there just fine.
Yep, this nice observer board actually showed them here that there's at least 2 people on the way who would support that Viper. So actually what CNB is doing right now, this is a bait. This is like, here, guerrilla tactics, just hiding in the jungle and waiting till someone attacks, and then you just jump out of the bushes and they're like, "Wah!" But that's not working because they just saw it. So nice warding here, making it possible. Like, warding and de-warding is also something in this game that's not actually happening too much. Like, most of the wards really died of old age. Like, I barely saw anything, but oh, they want to catch the Shadow Demon. Oh, but self-disruption instead of TP. And there he's caught in by his own illusions. And yeah, IX Mike, easy one for him.
Yep, self-disruptions can end up setting up the Skywrath Mage ultimate, as we saw, and yeah, just not finding himself in a very happy place, caught in the corner.
It's the same ownage with the Sunstrikes. Like that's why the self-disruptions against Invoker, it mostly ends like in you getting killed by a Sunstrike.
Pretty much. Wesley, he's starting to pick up quite a lot of farm, but the time is now that CNB really need to start pushing the advantage. They have the Shivas online for the axe now, some more damage that they have in an AoE, and I think they can fight fairly effectively. I think one of the biggest problems that they had earlier on was that the Viper threw away the Aegis that he was able to get very early on. So now they kind of have to wait for this next Roshan, which is really going to be the timing that CNB need to hit. If they don't end the game with the push and that Aegis, if they're able to secure it, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, because Lycanthrope has his items up. He has the Necronomicon 3 as well as the Vladimir's offering and PTs. It's not the fastest farm with Skywrath Mage up in top, just gets destroyed by the Nature's Prophet. TP's in, and with the Orchid, too much damage.
Nice. I didn't. This one really happened super fast. What I'm actually looking forward to is the fact that the Lycan, you said it already, certain items are already up on him, and it's getting really interesting at what point TC is really gonna start pushing. I mean, right now, the Axe is developing some damage, you already said it with the Shivas, but he might actually lose his life here.
Down in bottom. Nightmare onto Wesley. They drop the grip onto him as well as the Worst Hump at the same time. He's just too darn tanky with that pipe. And Wesley might be able to turn on this. He doesn't have enough creeps around to really get the spin damage. Where's the spins to win? The Ghost Scepter comes out from the Bane as well as the Heaven's Halberd, but Wesley's too darn tanky. Yeah, they needed somebody else there. Now they cancel the TP of the Bane, and it looks like Bane's going to die dunk from the Axe to secure that one. And now the kills come out. Yeah, that was an ill-advised move coming out from the Centaur and the Bane, especially since they stacked the stuns coming out, the War Stomp as well as the Fiend Script, and they really needed the Skywrath Mage there to secure that.
And at the same time, the Viper is actually soloing Roshan. I definitely like this one. Since he has the Argano Scepter, he can just spam that poor Roshan. Corrosive Skin, Viper Strike, he's just too slow, and he's just going to die, and that means also Aegis on the Viper. This is the first Roshan, no, second Roshan, I mean, so not a cheese yet, but still, it was this a 13 minutes Roshan, the first one? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, the second one at 26 minutes, it's okay-ish timer. But let's see, the X, he's looking for something. Maybe here, the Venomets are all perfect. There is a creep wave around, and even the Nature's Prophet is coming in. So I don't know if he's gonna use anything. No, he's not. He's just going out there. Oh, Stampede being used, but I think this was more escape here in the mid than anything else. There's still a lot of damage over time on him. Jesus Christ, look at this. So much damage coming out on him, but he makes it actually into the fountain.
Yeah, I don't know. Very weird, but right now CNB in a great position. They're going to slow up plots here. He does have the Aegis, he's Ancient sealed up, rather. And now the Lycanthrope, he's trying to munch down Ned with his minions, but he's still surviving. TC caught inside the Sprout. He doesn't fight through with the Quelling Blade. A little bit of mistake coming out. Now he's going to be slowed down. He doesn't have the ultimate for another 17 seconds, and TC might die. Currently, they do have the Venomancer kill for the Shadow Demon. They lose the Nature's Prophet on the backlines, but the Lycanthrope is going to die. They do grip up plots. He still has the Aegis, but now the Shallow Grave's going to keep him alive. No Axe to dunk through that, and the TP in from the Nature's Prophet. He cleans up one of the supports. Buyback from Skywrath Mages to come in, and now IX Mikey slowed down by the Atos. He doesn't have the ultimate as well, and the right clicks. No, it's going to be cancelled. Denial coming out from the Bane with that Nightmare damage. They will lose the Gem of the True Sight onto the ground from the Dazzle, but it should be picked up or secured, I hope. Ush, they TPing out, and in the end, I don't know, the Lycan Wolves are still around. They jump in onto Ush. He's going to be taunted by the Axe, trying to focus it down. Slowly but surely he will tick. And, well, 4 kills, plus the buyback on the Skywrath Mage. That's a dieback in the end for the Dazzle as well as Nature's Prophet and Shadow Demon.
I was really surprised that this fight lasted so long. Now they forced buybacks even. The first one here on IX Mike, one already came out by the Skywrath Mage and another one by the Nature's Prophet, but let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Viper Strike onto IX Mike. He's going to drop the ultimate to try to get people in range. They Nightmare up Wesley, but for now, the action is going to wear down as the Tier 3 tower is just being whittled away by CNB.
Yep, and yep, tower going down. This is the first tower. Minute 30, going pretty much down. The question is, do they want more? Do they get more? Like, they have to be careful. Like, the way they stand at the moment, we might see a triple hoof stomp, but he tried it.
He doesn't cast it. Now he gets taunted by Wesley. He's fairly tanky, but now with the heal bomb, he's taking too much damage, and Ike's Mike's going to be focused down. TC was disrupted up, and he's going to be forced back as the melee barracks is now under heavy pressure after the range had fallen. And they're just kind of running around like chickens with their heads cut off at the moment. Nobody's actually initiating. We have the concussive shot onto Klotz, and he's going to be earned up as this melee barracks siege is still continuing, with the Dazzle providing the extra sustain. We have a taunt onto Fluff and stuff on the backlines coming out from Wesley. He's going to go Scepter up as the Axe is just zoning in the way as the Nature's Prophet Treants focus down the melee barracks. They get one dunk kill, and now inside the base, Scarlet Mage dies. They grip Wesley, but he's outside of range of the fountain, so Wesley should survive here, although he's going to be completely lacking mana except for the 3 stick charges that he has. Let's see if he's going to be able to make the blink away to safety, and no, he's going to go straight into the base. No, blink away. Yeah, there we go.
Whoa.
Okay, a little bit of pathing error there, but in the end, the barracks is already down, and they might be able to find TC. Oh, they Viper Strike me as his ultimate. He should be just fine. And I think CNB will back after this. I don't think they have enough in the tank to continue
Look
this.
at
Well,
top.
maybe.
Nature's Prophet.
Arcane's,
He says,
yeah,
like,
Nature's Prophet.
Let's go, guys. We're gonna finish it here, right now, right here. They want to make end to this. They want to get their revenge. And like, after he did some tower damage top, he's going to join mid fight here. And they have enough sustain. I mean, they have arcanes. They have
Yeah, I
pipe,
forgot about
mech.
the Axe Arcanes.
Yes, that's exactly. We have double arcanes. Well, it's looking good. But now, there's the hoof
Jump in. IX Mike gets a triple hoof stomp. Here's everybody else jumping in. They get a decent Venomancer ultimate. Here's the Scarlet Mage one as well. TC's pretty darn tanky inside the midst of this, but now he's caught into the trees with Wesley. Wesley's going to be focused down, but not before killing off the Centaur. We have a buyback coming up from the Axe. He wants to join this fight. He has boots of travel and is getting back here as fast as he possibly can. Nightmare onto the Viper, jump in from Wesley. He gets silenced up before he can cast any more spells, but it looks like Ush is going to die. No Dunk's going to out just yet. TC might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be dagged down by the Nature's Prophet, and now it looks like this is the beginning of the end as Fluff and stuff. Yeah.
That Dagon, what a troll Dagon. Now they try to finish your Fluff and stuff with all the damage over time. That might actually work out, even though he's trying to heal him up. But look at it. Yes, it is enough for a kill. And to be honest, I think we see game here. Because in the mid, we have the Dagon Viper. Yes, you guys heard right. It's Dagon Viper. With another Dagon recipe even in there. Like, just spamming and getting those racks down. While top, also, Nature's Prophet creeps, did the tower, focusing on the rest. And this is Mega Creeps here. CNB taking a very convincing victory. I didn't see this one coming and didn't see it so fast coming. This was one clash. That was like a little snowflake, and then suddenly this became like a huge avalanche, and it just from one good fight into the entire base down. Wow. Good job, CNB.
Yeah, I did not see that coming, but in the end they were able to just stay around in the base for too long, the Dazzle healing everybody up, and I don't know, Nyx couldn't get them outside of their base. I mean, CNB were working with a lead, but yeah, in the end, I feel that really the biggest problem for Nyx is that they didn't have anything except for the Lycan. Everything was in the Lycan basket, and although they could get some nice pickoffs with the Centaur, Skywrath Mage, the Bane and Venomancer kind of felt out of place in their draft. Not sure what your thoughts are about that, but CNB, despite having not the fastest start in the early game, were able to snowball towards the very end, and I don't know, a very interesting end to the game, but CNB Esports were able to execute it.
Yep, absolutely. That was pretty much a nice summary of what happened here. And in the end, it's a 2-game series. It's 1-1. And that's it pretty much here for HeflaTV 1. We're gonna be back, guys, in not even too long. In 2 hours, we have another nice match here in the Division 1 America. It's CNB again, the Brazilians, but this time not against Americans. They are again against the Venezuelans, the no Earth Spirit guy. I think this is also a game where we have 2 teams meeting on similar performance, like as of late. So this is gonna be very interesting. It starts 3 AM CET. That is exactly in 2 hours and 13 minutes. And I guess we're gonna be casting it. We both, maybe even, depends if you're still awake. Like I rested at least 2 hours. Either way, guys, we keep you informed as usual on Twitter and Facebook. And yeah, that's pretty much. Like, follow. The VODs will be up later then as well on our YouTube. Moobot is giving you all the information. And that being said, back to the waiting screen, some music, some ads, and then we can talk a bit and chat and stuff.
Yeah, sounds good. I should be there for the next series later on tonight with CNB versus No Earth Spirit. So see you then. Thanks for watching.